Hi children. Now I am going to read and narrate a story from the Panchatantra Tales. This is a very famous book of stories which children like usually. The title of the story is The Loyal Mongoose. Once there was a farmer who lived with his wife and his infant son in a village. So three people lived in a village in a house. Husband, wife, and child. The child is called an infant because probably he must be less than a year old. It's a baby. Newly born baby is called infant. The farmer and his wife loved their son very much. Obviously, parents love you all, right? Your parents will like you so much and they shower all their affection on you. Just like that, this father and mother of the baby also love the baby very much. One day, while returning from the fields, the farmer found a little mongoose lying near the road. Farmer will work in fields, correct children? So after work, while he was returning, he found a small mongoose. Mongoose is a small animal like rat or squirrel. It was lying near the road and it was looking pale and hurt. It looked pale and hurt. It got hurt somewhere, so it was dull and tired too. The farmer picked it up and brought it to his home. How kind of him! He had taken the mongoose to his house to nurse it and feed it. I think he wanted to rescue the mongoose. He told his wife that the little mongoose would be a pet for their son. Oh, so that usually you all like to have pets in your house, correct, children? You would be having dog or parrots, lovebirds, and all that at home, and you would also like to play with them or feed them. The same way, the farmer said that the child also, as he grew, he would play with this mongoose, and it would be his pet animal. His wife did not like the idea of having a mongoose near their son, but accepted reluctantly. Reluctantly means with hesitation, no other go. Okay, I'll accept it. That was her thought. She didn't accept the mongoose wholeheartedly as a pet animal in the house. Some people don't like to have pets, though children like to play. Some people don't like to have pets in their house as they may dirty the house and it may become an overhead taking care of them. You have to clean them regularly, you have to clean the place where they live, and their hair may be falling off from their body, which will enter into the food stuff kept in the kitchen. So, all these problems are there when we have pets at home. So, some people don't like to have, and she was one among such people. She didn't like to have the pet animal at home. The farmer tended to the wounds of the mongoose and gave food and water to it. How kind of him! He had nursed the mongoose. He knew that the mongoose had got hurt and he nursed the wounds with some medicines and fed it some food and water. The mongoose recovered very quickly. Good. When somebody is sick, we go and tell them, get well soon. What does it mean? You want them to come back to normal life. They should not be lying sick always on the bed. They should come back to normal life and we are wishing them good luck for it. The same way the mongoose also recovered from its wounds. Very quickly it recovered. Maybe because the farmer took very good care of it, nursing it regularly and feeding it regularly. The farmer's son and the mongoose started growing together. Like how you and your pet, if at all you have any, grow together as friends. The same way, this farmer's son, that infant we were talking about in the beginning of the story, that child and the mongoose, they grew together happily, playing with each other. One day, the farmer's wife had to go to the market. She put her son to sleep and told her husband to look after him. Yeah, somebody should be near the child when the child sleeps. If it's a baby, somebody should be there near the baby. So she wanted to go to the market to buy vegetables. And what she did, she told her husband, oh, my dear husband, please take care of our child. He's sleeping now. I'll go to the market, buy some vegetables and groceries, and then come back soon, she told. And then she had gone to the market. She told him not to let the mongoose go near the sun. Maybe she got scared that the mongoose would harm him. Anyway, it's an animal, right? So it might harm the baby. She somehow felt that it is not safe to let the animal go near their son. That's what. The animal might harm the baby. The husband assured her that he would look after the baby. He promised her to take care of the sleeping child and not let the mongoose near him. Soon after his wife had left for the market, the farmer was called by the local money lender. Oh my god, so now he can't stay very close to the child who is sleeping. He has to go and see for what the moneylender had called him. The moneylender wanted his money to be returned that he had lent to the farmer some time back. Do you know what is lending and borrowing, children? If a person gives money to another person, then the person who is giving money is called the money lender, and the person who is receiving money is called a debtor. Okay, so he has to return the money, correct? This farmer was a debtor, means somebody had lent money to this farmer for farming and other needs in the house. And now that money lender is asking him back for his money. See, farmer, I gave you money some time back. You please return it to me, he had told. The farmer had a good harvest that season and had that money ready with him. So there was no problem. The farmer would not refuse because he had a good harvest. He sold all the grains and he would have his money also with him to give it back to the money lender. The baby was sleeping and thus the farmer could not take the child with him. Yeah, he would wake up. So he did not take the baby with him. He placed the child in his cradle and left him with the mongoose. He asked the mongoose to take care of the baby, which his wife was against. His wife didn't like the mongoose going near the baby. But what this farmer did, he asked the mongoose to take care of the baby and he left. He believed that the mongoose was an intelligent animal and could take care of their son. Sometimes pets can be relied on and sometimes it is quite risky. After some time, the farmer's wife came back with a basket full of vegetables. She found the mongoose waiting for her outside the house. After she returned, she came and saw the mongoose. When she returned, she saw the mongoose waiting at the doorstep. Mongoose was waiting for the mother of the baby. Let's see why it was waiting. She looked at the mongoose and realized that something was not right. Because mongoose was there inside, her husband was missing. The face and paws of the mongoose were covered with blood. She was dumbstruck. She immediately thought that the mongoose had harmed the baby, eaten up the parts of the baby because its mouth and legs were full of blood. Oh my god, what would have happened? You dirty creature, you have killed my son, she cried and struck the mongoose on the head with a basket full of vegetables. She immediately hit and harmed the mongoose. Then what happened? She ran inside and she was relieved to find the baby sleeping peacefully in his cradle. But on the floor lay a black snake torn into pieces and bleeding. The snake appeared very poisonous. Then the farmer's wife realized what had happened. The mongoose must have seen the snake and realizing that it may harm the baby, the mongoose would have torn the snake into pieces. So it is the snake's blood that is on the mongoose body. It is not the baby's blood. You know, mongoose and snake always are enemies. They fight with each other and one eats up the other. So this mongoose had happened to see a snake which was about to harm the baby. So it killed the snake. But what had she done? She rushed back to the mongoose. With tears in her eyes, she lifted the heavy basket and bent down to look at him. The loyal mongoose was dead. My God. She literally killed the mongoose which saved her baby. So what do we learn from this, children? We should not judge a person by the looks. The person might be good and we might have mistaken, or the person might be bad. Again, we may be thinking that he or she is too good. We should not come to a conclusion seeing certain things. Fine, children, we'll meet again with another interesting story. Thank you. Bye.